Hey everybody, Jenna K here. Good morning. So I have been finding out all kinds of stuff that I didn't know that I didn't know. So I feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't share what I learned. So did you know that George Washington didn't actually have wooden teeth? Now he did have awful denture problems, and by the time he gave his inaugural address in 1789, he only had one natural tooth. But the rest of it was this complicated concoction made up of ivory, gold, lead, maybe some cow and horse teeth. But he didn't have wood teeth, so there's that. Second misconception, I always thought that during the Salem witch trials, we burned the witches at the stake. Well, first of all, no one was burned at the stake. And as a matter of fact, in the Massachusetts Bay Colony witch scare in 1692, nobody was burned at the stake. So, good or bad or otherwise, is refuted. Nobody was burned at the stake. So stay tuned, hit the like button, follow along, because I got a whole bunch of stuff I just feel like I have to share. Hey everybody, Jenna K here, part 2 of the fun facts that I've discovered that I thought I had to pass along. So this one, I was always told that, in the northern hemisphere, the water goes down the toilet in a certain direction. I was always told, apparently erroneously, that if you get closer to the southern hemisphere, the water would go in a different direction. But there is some basis of truth. There's this Coriolis effect that means the Earth's rotation does cause like hurricanes and tsunamis and cyclones to go in a different direction. However, it doesn't affect the water in our toilets. I never would have known. Another fun fact, your blood isn't actually blue when your oxygen is depleted. When you look at the inside of your wrist, mine has a tattoo, but mine would be blue if I could get past that. The veins might look blue, but the truth is, it's the blood inside the tissue that gives it that illusion. The veins are actually pretty red going both ways. And a lot of times they're depicted that way in medical journals and in science because it's just easier to see it that way. So it may be a little darker when it enters the heart because it's a little more oxygen depleted, but it is never blue. Stay tuned, follow along, hit the like and subscribe button because I got more. Hey everybody, Jenna K here. Section number 3. So did you know that it really doesn't actually take 7 years for gum to pass through your system if you swallow it? Our sneaky parents. There have been a number of pediatric gastroenterologists who actually have found hunks of gum in the gastrointestinal tracts during procedures, but they're usually only about a week old. So, yeah, they typically pass through your system. You still shouldn't swallow it because I'm sure you could choke, and I'm still sure it's not the best for you, but it does not take 7 years. I've been misled. So, also, another fun fact, Napoleon Bonaparte actually was taller than we've been under the impression he was. Actually, he was measured at 5'7". Upon his death, however, they did measure him and he measured in at 5'2". However, it's because of the difference in the British and then the French metric system. So he wasn't actually as short as everybody thought he was. He was childish, so they've made a lot of cartoons about him, but no, he wasn't that short. Okay, everybody, Jenna K here back again. I've got part number 4 and a couple other good ones for you. Did you know that when you pass away, your hair and fingernails don't continue to grow? I had heard that. What actually happens is that once you pass away, those things do stop growing, but it's a natural byproduct of your body kind of shrinking and dehydrating. Even men that pass away that have beards, sometimes because their skin dehydrates, sometimes their beards even look a little bit longer. So that's a myth. So the next myth is that sugar will make you hyperactive. Parents, I won't tell if you don't tell. But apparently, our parents were wrong. Go figure. I was wrong. But what happens is the kids could have had cake for breakfast. So a donut every now and again isn't really actually bad for them. So, well, maybe it's not the best, but it's not that bad if you only do it in moderation. It has kind of a placebo effect. So all of that natural curiosity and enthusiasm that our children have, you can't blame sugar. Okay, I've got the last two and then I'll wrap it up for this video. I feel like I've just been misled. It's crazy. Sometimes we don't even question what we learn because it's just always been that way. The myth for today is you can't swim for an hour after eating. Lies, I say. So the story always went that the body sent blood to the stomach and away from the limbs, making your limbs weak as it was being digested. So then that meant that you could maybe even get cramps or even drown, catastrophically drowning in the lake or drowning in the pool. Well, lucky for all of you avid swimmers, the Mayo Clinic has confirmed that there's actually no scientific basis for this theory. Eat whatever you want and hop right back into the water. The last one, which I find interesting as a former knuckle cracker, cracking your knuckles was always thought to give you arthritis later in life. It might gross people out, but that's about it. Experts at Harvard actually conducted several studies, and there is no correlation between a higher rate of arthritis in people who did or didn't crack knuckles. It's kind of gross. Nobody really likes it. Sure doesn't it feel good when you can do it if you need to. So anyway, food for thought. There's a lot to contemplate. What else did they not tell us? The one that always comes to mind too is if you get stung by a jellyfish, speaking from an old California girl, you don't pee on it. Nobody knows where that started or where it came from. Doesn't work. So anyway, stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow along because I'm full of all kinds of random information. Have a good day, everybody.